gonna be a trek to get to the location that Gaia marked.
Yeah, it'll be nice to stretch my legs after being cooped.
好啦，又嚟開始我哋今日嘅遊戲啦，咔咔咔。咁啊，上次咧係提到啊，當我哋揾完第一個程式翻嚟，佢竟然同我哋講有好消息，話收到第二個程式嘅信號。咁啊，究竟係真定係假咧？我哋而家咧就要出發去嗰個信號嘅地點。
There she is.
You ready to head out?
Let's go.
Look at us. 3 battle-hardened badasses forging into the unknown. This ought to be good.
我就覺得多數都係陷阱嚟㗎啦，邊有咁大隻蛤乸隨街跳啊
？This distress call had to be up a really steep mountain, huh?
直接入劇情喎，大佬佢唔使我自己行過嚟喎。有古怪啦，一定啦。等陣先。哇！外星人喎！哇！大弩炮喎！哇！大弩炮打中冇事，但係要走埋去吉一吉，反而就吉到佢喎。即刻攞佢啲先進嘅科技嚟及先啦。去咗邊啊
Burrow, see if there's anything over there.
On it.
We'll check out the battlefield. Let's start with that zenith. Well, they're obviously
竟
more
然殺到佢
zeniths
哋，
than
好
we know
嘢。
about.
Can't believe you fought one of them.
未巴啦，
Almost didn't make it.
攞件武器，快啲！
Whatever the rebels did.
等我可以用下呢個先進嘅嘢先啦，唔好成日喺度放箭啊嘛。
Where was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come and go at will. But it's gone now.
Yeah. Well, go do your thing. I'll wait here.
The Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is.
哇！呢隻先進好多，比我哋之前第一集嗰啲機械人，睇下流線型喎，人哋啲設計。一睇啊，高級嘢啊！哇！即刻試用下呢支先，呢支係咩家伙啊？咁搞笑嘅？冇得連射啊！呢招。
Ah. Ah.
真可笑啊！哦，硬係要講咩點解？
An Oseram with a focus. Looks like he was sending data on the weapons somewhere else. Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area? All right. I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
What a mess.
Okay, 捉埋呢度啲嘢先，不能心急。
Find this in my stash later.
'Knock right. All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up, all so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Oseram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. Do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
She was searching for something she lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing that you said could be here? Eleuthia?
I'm not sure. Come on, let's go talk to Varl.
會遺留啦嘛？邊度啊？嗰度竟然有個勾點，冇理由。上望下先，點解會有個勾點喺呢度？
That's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain.
哇！一定用機械先可以轉到咁大個窿出嚟咯。
That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
Okay. Any trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Let's go.
求救座標。
There's some kind of old world ruin down here.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
Yeah, from the proving lab.
So maybe they were after Eleuthia. Found its hiding spot, so it sent the distress signal.
Maybe.
喺嗰邊喎，呢度下邊有啲咩？睇落去，冇嘢嘅呢度。
Looks like some kind of data center. I might be able to access the facility systems from that console.
傳輸器。
I've never seen a transmitter like this before. Looks like it's self-destructed.
自我毀滅咗，唔留低一啲線索俾我哋。高張高張。
This was a Far Zenith research lab. It looks like a lot of data was beamcast from here recently. From that device nearby.
So Eleuthia's gone?
If it was ever here, then probably. But then why were the Zeniths still searching for the asset? Let's keep looking around.
So, exploring another Far Zenith ruin.
At least this one doesn't seem to have giant killer machines.
Or anything you can blow up.
I'm阻住先。
Send this to my stash.
All this stuff. Wonder what they were doing here.
Well, knowing Far Zenith, probably discovering amazing things. For their own benefit.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Ectogenic chambers. Like the ones I saw inside a Zero Dawn cradle facility.
What were they for?
This place. Remember when I told you I was made, not born? This is how.
A machine that makes a person. That's incredible.
Yeah.
來意。
This place is huge. Some kind of storage room, maybe.
Maybe the asset is in here somewhere.
If it is, somehow the Zenith couldn't find it. Let's look around.
捉嘢，哇有排執喎，大佬咁大個地方。
How is Erend taking all of this? Really?
Well, Gaia, Zenith, Focus. It's a lot. But when I caught up with him in the dawn and said he needed our help, we brought everything and turned around.
The control console. To access the storage units.
Can it tell us if the asset is in one of them?
No? Let's find out.
OK， 上去執埋就差唔多啦。點啊？點解嗰度會有個啊？夾萬嚟喎呢個。
Don't worry on me. Let's into my stash.
OK。
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
236? Wasn't there a number in the distress signal?
You're right. I should check the log.
吓？係咩啊？你揾一個3個數目字嘅，唔係呢個咯。呢啲都唔係啦，呢啲係嗰啲立體影像嚟嘅。文字資料或者係啊，下面。237，務必小心，求救信號。唔係呢個，唔係呢個。係咪就係237啊？哇！會否太多資料？E 線呢個唔係支線任啊，呢個係主線任啊。
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
237 OK， 哇陰喎，236個裡面竟然叫我撳237。又真係有喎。 個人喺裏邊，邊個咧
？Aloy，
誒，嗰個女仔
it's you.
點解又入翻去入邊瞓嘅？
Must have cut this from her head. But why?
Hello, Elizabeth. Apologies, I don't know what else to call you. My name is Beta. I'm afraid I must be brief. I only have a few minutes before my keepers discover I'm missing, and I still need to remove this implant. I had hoped to find shelter with you, but if you're viewing this, I may be dead. Be careful when you take on Farsiness. They are ruthless, and they have Eleuthia, Artemis, and Apollo now. But at least I don't have the Gaia kernel to merge them with. You must succeed, or this was all for nothing. Good luck, and goodbye.
哦，佢攞到另一個蓋亞
She's
內
still
核，
alive.
跟住咧，但係啲外星人就已經攞到2個 Apps 啦。
Shit, they can fly.
我哋都有2個而家。
Aloy, can you hear me through this thing?
What's going on, Aaron?
2 of those spectral things just fell out of the sky. One of them is heading down towards you. The other one's waiting up here.
We're coming up. Stay in cover until I get there.
You got it.
Get her to cover in that room. Whatever happens, she stays with us.
I'll protect her.
得唔得啊你？
I should prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through to Varl and the clone.
有啲咩準備我可以做啊？
Here it comes! Ooh, ugly one, aren't you?
殺手鐧武器槍貓。哎呀！ 哇！
I should scan that thing. See if it has any weak spots. I can keep going.
驚酸㗎噃，咁你啊，俾我揾到啲弱點咯。哇！避到佢前面嘅撥都避唔到佢條尾揈喎，大佬。中啊 ！What the hell？ 仲有一隻㗎，唔可以。 哇！點先避到啊？咁樣炸落，哇！傻嘅，傻的嗎？哇！飛咗啲咩出嚟？哇！連射！ 幾下 hit 嘅喎，下下都放。
I'm out.
OK， 射個致命一擊，豈有此理！呢下一定要中。背板啊！背板，背板。哇！臨尾下咁痛，爭啲死。真係硬 DKO 佢啊！好啊，呢個我可以跳過啦，呢個。
I should prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through to Varl on the clone.
標槍咯，標瓜㗎。你係留翻下一隻先標槍標瓜。要點樣先觸發
Here it comes!
It's coming!
Ooh, ugly one, aren't you? Scan that thing. See if it has any weak spots.
咦？係咪可以咩啊
That thing's quick.
？Yes！ 神射弓。
There's no more fire.
轟啊！係咪可以攞佢支槍啊？其實哇！呢下就頭先就係俾呢下 KO 咗。拆你！冇得製作啊！哇！佢自己裝翻喎，原來。唉！插你核心先啦，豈有此理！炸一炸佢同我，吉死你！碌遠啲啊！碌遠啲啊！喂，補緊血喎，玩嘢可以炸佢啲裝甲啦，唔知炸支炮嚟用。
I should prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through to Varl on the clone.
先炸甩佢先，跟住就再用酸去揦佢。啊！呢個戰術唔錯。
Here it comes. Ooh, ugly one, aren't you? I should scan that thing. See if it has any weak spots.
OK，
That thing's quick.
揸你落嚟啦，幾有似你啊！哇！呢個好痛啊，點先可以？大碌箭，哇！ OK， 一嘢吉死佢啦！喂，小心啊！小心！哇！ 呢隻箭都冇彈嘅，黐筋。哎呀！要不要？ OK。
There.
有似。
Are you okay, Aloy?
Yeah, I'm heading up top.
算係好
Stay
慳
down
資
here
源
with the
咁
clone
打
for
死
now.
一隻。
Got it. I'll follow once the coast is clear. 整咁耐嘅呢度啲字。
Gotta get back up top and deal with that other specter. I just hope Aaron stays in cover.
快啲趕上去，救翻呢個肥佬先。點樣？呢邊嘅嚟緊㗎啦，肥佬頂住！定係佢都已經落到嚟啦。
Aloy!
Aaron!
Yeah, the Spectre's dug its heels in. It's got me pinned down.
Hang tight. I'm almost there.
Just hurry.
佢都話斧頭嘅咋嘛？個肥佬真係打到咩？我嚟啦
That doesn't sound good. I gotta get to Aaron.
！Aaron, I'm coming！ 跳跳跳！
Aaron,
跳跳
I'm
跳！
here.
Watch out! That
Whoa.
thing's shooting down the center.
Stay put. I'll see what I can do. Spectre's not budging from that spot. I might be able to sneak up on it if I stay out of its line of fire. Shield up. I need to sneak around behind it.
OK，
If I take that thing head on.
隱形裝置發動。
Heavy weapon. I could use it against the Spectre.
Bell！ 你好嘢。拆佢啲嘢落嚟先。唔好咁搞笑啦 ，Aaron 大佬，你用把斧頭都殺得死嘅話，我把弓啊，嗰啲激光炮啊，嗰啲攞嚟托咩？哎呀，冇咁中二病啦，中二病，中二病啊，中二病。喂，搶我尾刀！搶我尾刀，幾有似嘅！哇，有把武器出咗嚟啦，睇嚟。
Aloy, she's... Look, I swear I'm not drunk, but right now I'm seeing double.
Long story, but it'll have to wait.
She needs a healer, but we need to get her back to the base immediately.
Right. Yeah. Well, what are we waiting for then?
You two go on ahead. I need to take another look at that weapon.
研究武器先係我呢個角色嘅重
If I
點。
can figure out how that thing works, maybe the Zeniths won't be so invincible after all. 咩啊？想研究呢一把嘢，打得入咩？呢把嘢？ No. Damn it.
但係有個水晶球喺度喎。咩家伙啊？呢個啊！自動送我返去。
I need to get the weapon fragment to Gaia to analyze. If we can replicate it, maybe we'll have a way to defeat the Zeniths. I should check on the clone too. Varl, where's our guest?
We're in the maintenance corridor below the control room.
Okay. What?
同呢啲人傾下偈先啦，不如。
You just look good.
誒唔係，呢有個寶箱喎，竟然。點解話啦有個寶箱喺呢度？咪每次都可以嚟攞噶。
Aloy, you're back.
Yeah, I'm just, checking up on how everyone's doing.
You mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement. Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us, huh?
A little.
Varl said she may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Did Gaia tell you anything about the Zeniths?
She did. Though it wasn't exactly easy to believe. To think that there are places among the stars where life can bloom as it does here. It is humbling, to say the least, and heartbreaking that such life should be bent on destroying ours.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace with warriors like the Tenakth?
By holding them off. When our fields bloomed aplenty, the Tenakth looked upon our lands with envy. But Plainsong's dishes provided sanctuary and high ground to keep invaders at bay. In the end, even the Tenakth saw sense in a truce. The Utaru promised to provide the Tenakth with food from our crops every year. In exchange, the Tenakth would relinquish one of their own, a veteran, to train the Utaru in combat.
老鳥
This
勇
custom
者
was abandoned a few years after the derangement. But some veterans still remain in the plains.
I believe I've met them already. I've been meaning to ask, what's the deal with you and the chorus? You didn't seem to be on the best of terms.
That's what happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on publicly defying them. Twice.
Twice.
When the Karja invaded the Utaru plains, they did more than just attack our villages. They burned our fields, took our people as slaves, and murdered those who were too weak to make the trip back to Meridian.
To be sacrificed in the Sun Ring.
I was helping the healers back then, as waves of refugees swarmed into Plainsong. The chorus was divided in how to face the invaders. Some saw sense in raising arms. Others believed the dishes would keep us safe, as they had many times before. And while they bickered, I buried the seeds of the fallen.
It couldn't have been easy. Seeing your people suffer while the Karja invaded your lands.
I come from a small village near Plainsong. My grandmother used to say there was no seed that wouldn't grow there. I moved to the dishes when I decided to apprentice as a healer. When the Red Raids began, I thought about going back. But the injured kept pouring into Plainsong, day after day. So I kept putting it off. One day, I woke up to hear a Karja raiding party had ransacked my village during the night. I rushed there with the healers to help the survivors, but there weren't any left. The smell of burning flesh haunts me to this day.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the chorus as soon as we returned, to demand that we take a stand against the invaders. I was denied. So I left to fight on my own.
You said you set out to fight the Karja alone?
I did. But it turned out I wasn't the only one. News of my disagreement with the chorus spread through the plains. Before I knew it, I had more than a dozen Utaru warriors ready to follow me into battle. We knew we couldn't take on the Karja armies head-on, but we also knew the lay of the land better than they did. We ambushed smaller raiding parties, sabotaged their supply lines, and hit their encampments at night.
Sounds like you were a force to be reckoned with.
Enough that the Tenakth took notice. When the clans began to push the Karja back east, they let us join their ranks. We chased the enemy all the way to Barren Light.
You said you were at Barren Light when the Tenakth defeated the Karja?
Tenakth marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of night, then attacked from the other side. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and the full force of the clans burst through. What happened next was not something I like to remember. When all the dust and blood settled, I smelled it again. The stench of burnt flesh. our enemies defeated. What was left of my squad returned to the Utaru Plains. I went back to Plainsong. But even as the harvest passed, it didn't feel like I'd truly returned at all.
Is that when you became a grave singer?
I thought soothing the suffering of others would somehow appease my own. Then you came along and gave me a choice.
Yes, I'm
I could
here.
either sing at people's graves or fight for a chance to keep them alive.
I'm glad you chose the latter. What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the Old Ones. She helped me decipher some of the data you've collected and showed me how to use the focus to help the process. It's not easy, but it's been working so far.
That's good to hear. I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our lands with her terraforming system. Nurture them like the land gods do Plainsong's fields. It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much metal.
What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions. I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again. Learn anything interesting lately?
There's been much to read up on now that Ether has been reunited with Gaia. It's hard to imagine that machines like stormbirds once helped heal the skies. I used to be terrified of them as a child. Thunder still brings chills to my skin. But everything Gaia creates has a purpose, no?
Yeah. And if we can get Hephaestus back, she can get those stormbirds in line. Sounds like you met my friend Talana.
Yes. The Karja Huntress. I haven't seen armor like hers since the Red Raids. But Varl tells me that she too suffered at the hands of the Mad Sun King.
Yeah. She's one of the good ones. Trust me. You've spoken with Kotallo?
A few words. Tenakth don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Yes. She was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
I need to get going.
May the land bloom in your steps.
Errand? You okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's two of me now.
Right, there's two of you now. At least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying. I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both. I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the Forge, the things I've been able to see. Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending and such. I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom. And now I do, sort of. It makes me feel...
It takes some time, but yeah. What you reading next?
I saw Gaia added something to the archives about metal rods being used to harness lightning during storms. Guy reminded me of a cousin of mine. Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in Stormbird plates. Went up the tallest mountain in the claim to prove it. It ended like a lot of Oseram things do. With a spark and a boom.
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those two lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand. But to be honest, all the little symbols, they give me a headache. But I'll get up to speed. I promise.
How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land, when he's not getting all tongue-tied. I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east, ordering them around?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
So, you've met our new Tanakh friend.
He's, quiet. I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty maniacs.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Varl took care of her. No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
So Talana came by the base?
And more like rushed through. I was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least. Only Carja I've ever met who's any fun. But it seemed like she had more pressing matters to attend to.
I have to get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
好啦，睇完一大段劇情，而家就要去
holograms for everything.
首要次要目標嗰度去再聽一大段劇情先啦。
Aloy, glad you made it back okay. She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her. Hello? It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury?
Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome.
I don't understand.
Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything real feels unreal. Distant.
Is there anything that can help?
Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work.
Yeah.
Booting up.
哇！帶呢嚿嘢，佢就可以企埋起身，
So,
可以平衡
hey
翻
boy,
腦入邊嗰啲系
I
統。
suppose you want information about you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? But let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago? That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed. So far, Zenith established a colony world after all. Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable. Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves? Not their descendants. What? Not their descendants. It's them. The same ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago. You didn't know? How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What did they do to themselves? I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants. And you? Does that mean that you're... I'm not like them. I was made. On the way to Earth. On the ship. I spent years studying in my training interface, all so that I could serve my function. Access and control of the terraforming system. But why? What do the Zeniths want with it? When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over. So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. That's what Gaia and I concluded too. But why? Why kill everyone just to take over? When they took me on missions with them, I saw how they butchered the tribal people we encountered. They didn't seem to care about a rejuvenated Earth, so I concluded that they must want a hard reboot of the system. Then they can redesign it to be exactly what they want. Mass extinction for their own comfort? Who thinks like that? Well, without their Gaia kernel, they'll have a hard time doing that. The Zeniths needed Elizabeth's gene print to access Zero Dawn facilities. So they made you. Trained you. And you went along with it? They told me I was born to interface with the Zero Dawn system. When we reached Earth, I pieced together what must have happened to Gaia and her subordinate functions. That's when I started to realize I wasn't meant to fix Gaia. That they must have made me so I could do what their remote extinction signal failed to do. Reboot Earth for their own benefit. So you know about the extinction signal? It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries. Gaia would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether. I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her. Yeah, well, surprise. So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them? They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them. He's the one who decided to set up a base. The others, Eric, Tilda, Verbena, they resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says. Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab. He enjoys hurting people. Yeah, I know. You mentioned the Zeniths set up a base here on Earth. Where is it? Off the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine lures. It must be impregnable. What's inside the base?
launch facilities so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit, plus infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space, other survivors of the colony.
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius.
有
I've
天晒翻
speculated that
嚟
it
啊！
was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Guess they survived old age too. How did you escape the Zeniths?
Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run. I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. But then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Eleuthea's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Eleuthia. What did you do, exactly?
Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
But Bane is dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape?
Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Eleuthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission. Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Eleuthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
Well done.
幾醒啊！
You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing?
The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it?
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database. Before Ted Faro purged it.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. Must have been frustrating. All right, I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or...
So how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaia's fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
How did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Gaia's powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Gaia's still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single... To a single location! Of course not!
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
You were supposed to be further along by now!
Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing.
They're not going to find us. Gaia's using Minerva to mask our location.
What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything. Everyone. You're gonna die.
Hey.
太落後。
You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. computer science, physics, biology, chemistry. Okay, well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
How'd it go?
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
I should get the weapon fragment to Gaia.
Gaia 關係唔係幾好添，好似同呢個女仔。
Anybody seen one of my machine strike pieces around?
Why don't you check the
唔
cache?
同佢講嘢住啦，唉。
Aloy, I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
Welcome back. Aloy, I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped a Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment, I will scan it. Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced, comparable to Zenith technology, but not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as
哇！
well.
成日都馬後炮又話，
He's
我都
not
覺得
gonna
係。
cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zeniths got Eleuthia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The two remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I wish you luck on your search.
Right. Thanks, Gaia. So I guess we won't be making use of Cylon's weapon. And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us. But I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more sub-functions to get to.
OK， 原來佢攞3個啦，外星人。好，等佢傾埋偈啦。
You and Aaron okay?
Nothing some rest can't take care of. Are you okay? This beta thing, it's a lot. Even for you.
Just trying to take it one step at a time.
Fair enough. If you need anything, just let me know.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too. But still, the tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
Let's hope that's enough. So, training with Zoe, huh?
Yes, training. Mostly. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course. You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory. And All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Faro.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
It's good to see you and Zoe enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift, and to thank her for helping me study the glyphs. Something from the old world that she's never seen before. Instead, I found out they gave each other stuffed animals. If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with anything, really.
Maybe Gaia can help you find something else. How's everyone dealing with Beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. He was totally lost. Then Zoe said something about 2 trees coming from 1 seed. That seemed to help a bit.
I'm guessing you've spoken with Katalo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second, I thought I was talking to my mother. Never thought a Tanakh and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready. How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Arendt definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
I see everyone settling in.
Zoe's planning on bringing all kinds of plants in here. Says a home should always spring with life anew. I asked Aaron to help find some. I think he'd rather stick his head into a snap mall.
Still, it's not a bad idea. Should liven up the place. I should get back to the wilds.
I'll keep an eye on Beta. Make sure she's comfortable.
Okay.
Okay.
There is something it's...
You said...
I think there's a way to... Gaia, if... It may... Unless Gaia... We need component... Machine... Yes.
So...
If I'll... We'll do it. Bless you.
I'll let...
Good. I wouldn't have taught you the song if I didn't like the way you sing it.
So you
Satan.
I sure don't. You sound like a dying long leg.
Looks like
睇下
this
我哋而
room's
家有
changed.
啲乜嘢可以覆蓋到㗎？呢啲都已經可以覆蓋到係咪？唔係喎，長牙角乜都冇，主神經角雷達。哇！要自己打啲材料翻嚟研究，
Is that your
唔
doing,
深
Gaia?
究啦而家。
Yes. I have repurposed the displays to track the cauldrons you have acquired data from.
好，出發。Wing.
Keep moving, keep warm.
喺邊度㗎？咦，唔係好遠啫喎，咁樣。不如我哋嚟試下解決呢一隻長頸獸啊！ 要精靈。點解？我哋而家要去嗰邊。枯萎病影響到我添。咩啊？呢啲係點解成日踩死嘢嘅？火禿鷹啊！呢個係唔係嘛？禿鷹喺地下嘅。
That Arceus camp Talon and I were trying to find should be around here. Smoke. Could be from the camp. Maybe I should check it out. Some kind of Arceus camp? How'd they end up out here?
Aloy, it's Kotalo. If you're in need of provisions, I recommend stopping by Saltbite, a village north of the Grove. Their cook's meals give a soldier strength like nothing else. And who knows? Maybe they could use your help. Too.
Maybe I'll check it out. Thanks. I must be closing in on the signal.
呢個沙漠嘅中間有隻長頸獸。
Is that a tonic? This looks like Arceus gear. What are we doing here?
迷你豬。好可惜啊！喂，哇咁多隻嘅，哦有紫色，夜晚嘅沙漠會唔係咁好啊？誒唔係喎。
So overall, this tonic.
錯，點樣上去咧？
Should know what to do with this. Killed my machines from the look of it.
哇！有 kit 咦啲
That doesn't look good. I should check it out. Looks like the Osram used some kind of harpoon to take this machine down. Must have attacked the camp. Maybe my focus can help me figure out why.
一步一步解決呢隻長頸獸。
So the one they took down wasn't alone. These are tall neck antennas. The Osram must have stripped them somehow.
佢哋竟然上到去？唔係用個弩炮打佢落嚟啊嘛？
Were they? They were trying to take down that tall neck. So the Osram wanted to weigh down that tall neck and strip it for parts. The machines must have caught them in the act. I wish there was a way to climb up and inspect the damage. Unless I take down the tall neck myself and try to repair it on the ground. It wouldn't be pretty, but it'd still get fixed. That sounds like trouble. But I need more anchors. I know the Osram set up other ballistas in the area. I just gotta use them. This is it. There's probably other anchors set up in the area. I need to find them.
哇！有啲嘢嚟搞住晒喎，嗰邊又有。咁佢啲弩炮一定係喺呢一紮咁嘅嘢嘅附近啦。
I've already used that ballista. I should look for others in the area.
驚電。
哇 ballista can help me fight these machines.
OK， 你想死，我就嚟懟冧你先，懟冧你先。死爆你個缸先！ 哇，咁實正嘅而家佢啲光。真係唔得咩？唉，講到我碌好啲啊！仲未爛，幾有錢。腐蝕咗你嘅先。哇！佢呢啲哇，下下都中哇！自動瞄準㗎，下下中喎佢，癲佢啫！本來就唔係想同你打嘅，幾有錢。
There's probably other anchors set up in the area. I need to find them. Use them to take down that tall one. Hello to you too! Another ballista. It's got one of the anchors I need. Looks like machines got to this one too. 無啦啦又做乜啊？弩炮。 It's not gonna back down. I'll have to hook an anchor to the weak spots in its armor to weigh it down.
Hey.
One more should weigh it down enough. Machines.
佢呢下揈強酸真係好鬼癲喎！係冇得避嘅喎，佢一俾佢瞄準咗就黐咗上你隻身度，咁傻啊！兩座啦而家。
I bet a ballista can help me fight these machines. I've already used that ballista. I should look for others in the area.
仲有邊度仲有一座啊？係咪呢個位啊？即管去探索下咯，係咪呢個位啊？唔係喎，睇嚟。呢邊啊，係咪啊？
Looks like the machines got to this one too.
冇錯，都幾搞笑喎呢隻。哇！ 喂，做咩？哎呦！哇，乞人憎到咧！又要我等多個圈，你條粉腸！咦又激死啦！你哋班友！
I bet a ballista can help me fight these machines.
做乜啊？死都要嚟撩我做乜啊？我頂唔嚟，點解一係唔嚟，一嚟全部嚟晒嘅咧？係呢個任務整定，我覺得。殺死啦！呢個頭，頂我3連戰，你爆下你頭先講啦！大哥，哇哦 ，OK， 唔理你啦，中！哇，點解唔中啊？一定要勾藍色位啊！
I'm not giving up.
我邊有啊？勾檔啦！收檔啦！哇！豈有此理！點解啊？你班人
I bet a ballista can help me fight these machines.
賤格，速決都唔俾，嚇死啦！我哋死過。喂啊！你又想食招啊你？哇！連一隻10幾呢嘅呢啲咁嘅獸都頂唔住啊！
I bet a ballista can help me fight these machines.
什麼嘅喎？佢哋一定哇！佢自主能力好強喎，佢哋。我一行埋去，佢就即刻識得做埋身技。你睇，又想吔屎啦！哎呀，一翼夾落嚟，飄你知，燃料桶。逼我，逼我，逼我。OK， 俾丟埋你個心口先，炸埋你個心口。啊！炸爛你個頭，炸埋你個心口，爆你！我仲未爆。心口咁硬啊啦！玩完啦，傻仔！唔得閒同你癲住。死剩最後一隻喺度發神經，就睇下你個燃料瓶可以捱到幾耐。Yes。抵唔可以輸過，收檔啦，收檔啦，打你心口啦，射你心口啦，送你致命一擊啊！搞住晒你。咩啊？呢支用咗啦嘛？呢支用咗，嗰支用咗。係剩翻呢支嘅啫。有咁多副支喺度，電芯。 點解咧？要勾住佢邊個位啊？勾佢背脊咯，得唔得啊？係咪勾咗個地方唔可以重複再勾啊？你睇下，勾咗一隻喺隻腳度噶咯喎。喂！喂！喂，點解啊？喂，做乜鬼啊？穿晒呢度啊！應該係勾藍色嗰啲地方啦，係嘛？打入嚟走下寶血啦，而家冇咩可以做到。點射到佢另一邊啊？點可能射到佢？
These legs look too difficult to climb. I'll have to find another way.
哇！咁鬼痛！嚟！咩意思啊？我要射佢隻腳跟嗰個位啊！唔係咁黐線啊嘛！好難射啊！一撳 R2個手掣喺度嘈。點解唔得嘅？射去邊個位啊？射去個頭？屎忽鬼啊！係咪唔可以用呢一邊嗰兩座？哇！你睇佢吉到咁樣都唔跌落嚟啊！唔可以用呢邊噶啦，應該要用嗰邊。哦啊，原來要用呢個位，即刻隱形。上去啦，仲喺度搞。
That weapon still has an anchor. Let's use it.
Fuck！ 原來喺呢邊啊！咦，好有似啊！我真係收拾你班人發泄下添。點解你又嚟啊？點解又有一隻啊？
Machines incoming.
藏喺你心口啫，唉，好煩。哇！係咪撞兩下就死啊？
I bet a ballista can help me fight these machines. Looks like machines got to this one too. Another ballista. And it's got one of the anchors I need.
唔得喎啊！佢哋發現咗呢度，我咪點走都唔得嘅。 哇！有嚟有嚟有嚟！都一騎當千。
These machines won't let up.
哇！兩隻。 點解啊？點解啊？我講清楚啊！點解會變咗兩隻？你又似係認真玩先得，認真。 逐隻擊破呢班彈手。
I bet a ballista can help me fight these machines.
冇理由嘅，呢隻係隱蔽 game 嚟㗎嘛，點可能一定要俾人發現，唔可以匿埋啫？ 傻傻地，呢個隱蔽殺咗呢度呢啲成為求目的。喂，好多石頭去晒邊啊？哎呀，我應該覆蓋佢個指令啊！
Looks like machines got to this one too.
嚇咁都發現到？
Let's use it.
咁都發現到？你搞笑啫係嘛？嗱，你見我唔到，你見我唔到。 心跳越嚟越快，快咩啊？唔使快，長頸獸就快到就真。哇！佢個頭好似唔係好穩喎，呢長頸獸。準備，射！
this, big guy. Clever one.
Thôi指令點解吉咗喺嗰度？白屎啊！OK，幾經辛苦先搞完隻長頸獸。哇！我而家落去會唔會有遇到敵人啊 ？Bam！ 哇！全部呢啲瓜晒，冇咗一半血。哇，正喎！真係冷手執個熱堆啊！依家，不過咁樣殺法嗰啲咧，就好似就冇咩特別珍貴嘢可以攞得到。哦，哇！鳥魚指掌我即刻對呢度，我呢度生個火先咯，一係。呢度係咩？不明。好，去呢度生個火先。
That Oseram camp Talana and I were trying to find should be around here.
Oh, hi! There you are!
Very good.
Oh, hi!
咩可以整呢？海子升級。OK， 原來嗰隻肥豬仔就係我嘅現代升級工具，神射弓，造型陷阱，唔使啦。呢度嘅商人有咩賣先？望下先。咁多委託嘅呢度。
If you're feeling bold, there's a Tanakh outpost nearby. The rebel kind.
啲掉晒落去啦，呢啲嘢冇咩用啊，食材嘅嘢。聽下佢有咩講。聆聽傳聞。
You might want to avoid going too deep into the desert, especially the southwest. One of our scouts ran into some nasty Tanakh down there, the kind that contain machines.
係咪啲
He barely made it back
城
alive.
寨咁嘅嘢啊？嗰度有個。
Thanks for letting me know.
好，我哋就知道啦。嗰度有個叛軍
Sounds like the rebels are as
城
friendly as ever.
寨。
Wonder what they're doing this far out in the desert.
哦，原來呢個唔係我要去嗰個嚟。唔緊要啦。好，咁今日咧就到呢度差不多了。咁啊，聽日啦。睇下會唔會有機會可以真正咁攞到第二個 Apps 啊？波塞頓呢？
I looked everywhere, but I couldn't find any booze around here. Don't the Tanakh drink?
冇人知。定下回分解啦。雕拜。
Seen those Tanarch writing machines? Thing is, these ones don't seem that
If I have to eat boar stew one more time.
Tanakh rebels holed up in an outpost nearby need a beating